And so that's got to be a real mind twist, I would think, because you're abandoned to a
Hmm.
certain extent and given up. And yet you were, because when you're pregnant and you have a child, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Right.
That, whereas you were specifically chosen, which
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not to say that this needs to change your life or anything, but I always, when I hear about it, I think about
It
adoption, it's got
does.
to be a
It
mind
does.
twist. Just got to be
It
a
is.
mind twist. And because it's the ultimate hurt and yet the ultimate love. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And again, I'm not here to change your life about this or tell, but I just think that's a just I don't know. That's hard to wrap my head around. I can't
It
imagine
is.
what you've been going through. But so anyway, so in this, so what about that? Is that something that was chosen, and who's choosing this? Are you doing it? Is it a group plan? And it's really fascinating the answers people get.
Yeah.
Now, like you say, I ask a lot of questions and you always get an answer, and I just might not be the answer you want because the answer might be you're not
It's
allowed to
never
go.
gonna be, it's never
Yeah.
gonna be the answer you want,
Yeah,
okay?
well, one, but probably never the answer you want. But because especially that's hard to ask about your parents, especially if it's been troublesome. If there's been some trauma, and again, that's another one to wrap your head around. But it also becomes very empowering. It's like, what if I chose this for a learning experience? And so that's where a lot of these heavy questions come, and the insights and the discoveries and the healing don't stop when we end the session.
No, because
You
I'm
know, yeah, yeah,
okay.
weeks, months. But in that aspect of, okay, we've learned all we need to learn in the current life viewing room. It's
Yeah.
time to go. And this is more of a somewhat of a curiosity, but it can also be a healing experience. It's time to go. What does it feel like to enter the womb of your mother? People have different perceptions of it, experiences of it. When do you arrive? First trimester,
Mhm.
second trimester,
Yeah.
third trimester. Why then? Is it always then? It's all these wonderful and interesting questions to get a better answer, not only just for healing, but also just out of curiosity of, is
Yeah.
this specific to you? Do you always end up arriving at the third trimester, or is this relatively new because it was last minute, or I don't know, who knows?
Right.
But also, what's going on, and if necessary, what's going on in the womb? Is there some other stuff going on? Because what you were talking about, feeling sick. I mean, if there's obviously babies connected to mom, and if mom is creating the adrenaline and cortisol and those stress hormones, which get dumped into the bloodstream, and those neuropeptides, those molecules of anger and stress and fear, that's the blood supply is being fed into the baby for nutrients to help the baby grow. So the baby's, in a sense, absorbing that anxiety and that anger
Yeah.
and that stress. And so that could be, something to work on as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the 3 hours, but like you said, it seems like 10 minutes sometimes.
It does. It
Um,
goes by really quick.
and like I say, it doesn't like I know you just talked about it. It's like it doesn't end at the end of the session when we click the off button
It
and about our
really
day. It's
doesn't.
like the insights come within the days. That's where the recording comes in and the transcripts. The transcripts
Yeah.
are really easier to deal with because you can search for. I remember some